Hi, welcome back. I'm so glad you are back after listening to me talking about where we're going here on the blog. So if you didn't listen, I will leave a link for you down at the bottom so you can go back and be clued in to what I'm talking about this week. But I wanted to just this week talk about some rules of engagement here on the blog and also on any of my social media outlets. This is really, really important to me because I do understand that in diving into some of these waters that we're going to be talking about, racial reconciliation, roles of women, the foreigner and the alien, some of these things that we will be talking about here and discussing here, that it's really, really important to me that we do this with dignity and respect, and that we interact with people and with each other here like Jesus would. And here's what I want you to know. I fully realize that people who love Jesus can end up on opposite sides of issues. And you know what? It's okay. I think we're all learning, we're all growing. It's okay. And differing opinions will be totally allowed here. But I wanted to talk to you just briefly about something that I learned from Brownicity and Lucretia Berry, and it's the difference between debate, discussion, and dialogue. Now I'm going to explain it here, but I'm also going to provide a link to Brownicity that's a kind of a chart that talks about this in more detail. There are three kinds of ways when we're talking about issues that we can interact with each other. The first one is debate. And debate is what we learned to do in school. And that was like an aha moment for me, as most of us have actually learned debate and we value debate. But debate is not what we're going to do here, because debate is one side is right, the other side is wrong, and our job in a debate is to try to prove the other side wrong, and to try to win at all costs against the other side. That's what debate is. We're not doing that here. Discussion is where everybody brings something to the table and they all have equal value, and we talk about it and we talk about it and we talk about it, but we never, and the goal isn't to go forward with any kind of consensus or agreement. It's just that everybody gets to air their own opinion. That's not really what we're doing here either. What we want to strive for here is dialogue, and here's the beauty of it. Dialogue is conversation and communication so that we can understand each other and go forward in unity. To go forward in unity. That is the goal of dialogue, and that's what we're going to do here. And listen, unity is not uniformity. So again, I do not expect for everybody to end up on exactly the same page. But what I want us to shoot for is what Jesus prayed for in John 17. Is that we would go forward unified, that we would go forward in love, that we would go forward as one, whether we agree on issues or not. This is going to be a place of respectful and thoughtful dialogue, and that's what's going to be allowed. Now, let me go to a place that may feel a little uncomfortable to you. I'm going to talk about what will not be allowed here. Rants will not be allowed here. Name calling or casting aspersions, questioning somebody else's heart motives, that will not be allowed here. And disrespectfulness will not be allowed here. All of that will be removed immediately, without apology, and without explanation. I just don't have time for all of that drama, and neither do you. And you probably are wondering, well, who gets to decide that? Me. And so I hope that you trust me enough that you'll allow me to do that. But here's the thing, is that you can put whatever rant or disrespectful conversation that you would want on your website or on your social media, but it's just not going to stand here. So I wanted to give us some rules of engagement as we go forward in this new series to develop tender hearts and strong voices as we go through this series, to listen, to feel, to do, to speak. Now, if you want to be part of this community of reluctant advocates, because I think there are more women like me out there, then I join you to stay here. But listen, I know that I'm changing directions, and I understand that not everybody is going to want to go there with me. If this is not a conversation you are interested in, if this is not something you want to be part of, if you don't quite trust me to lead it, I get it. I'm only doing this from a step ahead. I'm telling you, I'm going to need grace and forgiveness. I'm just telling you ahead. Then you know what? It's okay if you go to the bottom of this email today and you unsubscribe. It's really okay. But if you're intrigued, if you're interested, if you feel a longing, like I feel a longing to be part of the solution instead of a continuing silent part of the problem, then stay here. Stick with us. Walk this journey with us and invite any of your friends to follow along that you think might be interested too. I'm so excited to see what God is going to do with this community of women right here in developing our tender hearts and strong voices.